Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation.
Yes, that is the main foundation to build a strong nation. That is what we want, that foundation, so that our children and children can benefit from exactly that. A good place to exist, to live, to grow. That is what we desire. But we must work towards it. Hence the reason I always say, you have and we have, all of us have a role to play in this democracy to make this place a better one for all of us. I want to start off this morning by encouraging those on Facebook and YouTube. Please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to ask you, the sober minded Grenadian, why is it that the NNP hates good news about Grenada? Why the NNP gets angry when good news comes about Grenada? Why? Why do they get angry when you hear about some good story, right? The good news, when that come in the press or some international organization reveal that, publish that, why the NNP get so angry, so blue, so bitter? Why are you so angry about the good news about our country, about our homeland? And what is amazing about all of this, when the NNP was in power, they welcomed the good news from the International Monetary Fund. They were always out there beating their chest about what the International Monetary Fund published about the governance, about the economy, about what they were doing at that particular time. So why now you are in opposition? You dislike the good news that's coming from the International Monetary Fund. And the International Monetary Fund visited Grenada, get the facts, interviewed who they had to, not just government, private sector, unions, and we can go on and on. And they got the facts. They are not guessing this. They are not sharing their opinion or being speculative. So you had Roland Bola on GBN. In fact, he made the news. He's the general secretary of the NNP. And the man spoke from opinion, from gesticulation, for want of a better word here. He guessing, he whooping, he's assuming, speculating. The man was not speaking from facts. But that came across in the news. And most people were asking the question, But why? Why are they always so upset, so angry when they get good news or when they hear about positive news on Grenada? Why? Why are you so bitter? Why are you so angry? Listen to Roland Bula.
International Monetary Fund is reporting robust economic progression in the Grenadian economy. However, the opposition New National Party said this is far from evident. More in this report.
An International Monetary Fund (IMF) team has wrapped up its meeting with authorities in Grenada after discussions on recent economic developments and follow-ups on the policy priorities. The IMF reports that the Grenadian economy continues to exhibit strong growth, particularly due to the increase in construction activities, tourist arrivals spurred by improved airlift, and record revenues from the Citizenship by Investment program. While the report expects the economy's growth this year to surpass pre-pandemic levels, the opposition New National Party is questioning the likeliness of that happening, claiming that the country is experiencing a regression.
For example, GT, the last report that IMF World Bank gave, they did indicate that there was some growth in the economy. Yes, and one must credit the government for that. There was some growth. But quite interestingly, when you go through the report, it clearly defines that the growth that we had was jobless growth. And so when you live in a country where...
Folks, here is Roland Bula, and he's going back to some previous IMF report. It's amazing. You have a current report, a report that's out there, right? And I'll read the report momentarily because I want you to hear what the International Monetary Fund had to say. But here you have Roland Bula going back to some previous report. It's amazing how these people operate. Let's hear him.
Pre-pandemic levels, the opposition New National Party is questioning the likeliness of that happening, claiming that the country is experiencing a regression.
For example, GT, the last report that IMF World Bank gave, they did indicate that there was some growth in the economy. Yes, and one must credit the government for that. There was some growth. But quite interestingly, when you go through the report, it clearly defines that the growth that we had was jobless growth. And so when you live in a country where you have employment 20% and up, if you're having growth but jobless growth...
Right, and folks, this statement that Roland Bula made there is not correct when it comes to Grenada. Grenada's unemployment rate fell from 28% to 11.9%. So it actually fell. It's incorrect for him to go out there and give people the impression that we are still living in a Grenada where the unemployment rate is 20-something% and up. It's not correct. The unemployment rate based on the last labor force survey, based on statistics, based on facts, it's not guessing. We're dealing with facts, empirical data from the statistics department. The unemployment rate fell from 28% to 11.9%. I am not making this up, and no one could make it up. This is facts. So to go on a program and give the impression that the unemployment rate is 20% and up is not factual. But that's the same statistics that the NNP used, the same statistics department they used during their time to provide the unemployment rate to the Grenadian people. Then now they don't want to use it because it's positive for the NDC administration. So they don't want to use it. The same IMF visited on umpteen occasions during the NNP time, and they put out a report, and the NNP was happy to talk about it, to run with it, to praise the IMF. But lo and behold, the report is out now, and it's positive towards the NDC administration, positive towards the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team. All of a sudden, they don't want to hear about it. They want to share their opinion. And that is what the NNP is accustomed to.
To a large extent, the people of the country don't necessarily benefit.
Roland Bowler, General Secretary of the New National Party, while not laying the blame squarely on government, said he believes the implementation of certain measures made living conditions difficult. Bowler is of the opinion that unemployment remains high.
Among the youthful population, unemployment still remains high.
Where is Roland Bowler getting that statistics from? Right? That's the question. This guy is on a program just talking and not using facts, not using hard data to support the claims that he's making. What GT supposed to do is to ask him, well, where are you getting that data from? Where are the facts coming from? Where's the facts to put on the table to make such a statement? And then he would say, well, you know, we go around the country and this is what we're seeing and this is what we're feeling. And that's how he and Keith Mitchell and all the others in the NNP have been presenting certain things. They no longer rely on actual fact or data to make their statements. They don't. So, look, I am saying, folks, the question we have to ask the NNP, why are you so angry when good news come forward about Grenada? Why are you so bitter? Why are you so pissed when positive news is published about your country, about our country, about Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique? So, the International Monetary Fund visited Grenada, and it is important that Grenada gets a clean bill of health when it comes to the economy, because lending institutions tend to give loans to your country or grant aid to your country based on what the IMF says about your country. So you have to understand how important it is to have the IMF give a good report on your country. All right? Very important. So let me try to get the actual publication from the IMF and read it for you, because I think it's important that you hear what the IMF had to say. So it's very important that the IMF comes to your country, to Grenada, as a developing nation, and assess the economy and give their findings, because international organizations like the World Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank and the IDF and all the different, not IDF, sorry, but what is it, IBM, IB, whatever, that arm of the World Bank, that acronym, whatever it stands for, they tend to go with what the IMF says, right? The Paris Club and all the different lending organizations, they rely heavily on the IMF's review of your country so you can get concessionary loans and so on. So let me tell you what the IMF had to say. So they visited Grenada during November 15th to the 17th to discuss recent economic developments and follow up on policy priorities raised during 2023 Article 6 or Article 5 consultation, something like that. At the end of the mission, they issued the following statements. They stated, the Grenadian economy continues to grow robustly. expected to surpass its pre-pandemic level in 2023. Growth has been driven by continued strength in construction and a sustained increase in tourist arrivals, in part due to successful efforts to improve airlift. You know, the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team, they have been working assiduously in getting more flights to come to Grenada and to leave Grenada. As a result, more people are arriving in Grenada. More of the hotels and guest houses are filled throughout the year. So things are happening on that front. The report continues. Record revenues from the Citizenship by Investment program have supported both public and private investment. Because remember, when a person purchases citizenship or gets citizenship, he or she then invests in private sector, or meaning some hotel, some development, some project, something. Or they put the money directly in to the National Transformation Fund. So the government gets that money. And what we have been seeing is a lot of people opting for Grenadian citizenship. Our citizenship package is attractive. And I want to commend the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team for doing an excellent job in selling that to the world. We have seen in recent times Humpton visits to Asia, right, to the Middle East and so on. And I think that's a good move because that's where the money can be found. Continuing. At the same time, headline inflation remains low, 2.3% year to year in September, and still elevated food price inflation, 6.8% year to year, is gradually easing from recent highs. Key risks to the outlook include external shocks, disrupting tourism or CBI, inflows, potential commodity price validity amid heightened geopolitical uncertainty and the ever-present risk of natural disasters. The near-term fiscal outlook has improved with recent strong revenue performance. This reflects the buoyant economic activity as well as a surge in government CBI revenue, which is anticipated to normalize after the recent backlog of CBI applications is cleared. The 2023 supplementary budget utilized some of the additional fiscal space to scale up public investment. Although executive delays are anticipated to result in a higher than budgeted central government surplus, central government debt remains on a downward path. The authorities are advancing an ambitious fiscal reform agenda. The new Fiscal Resilience Act takes important steps to simplify Grenada's existing fiscal rules framework in guiding longer-term fiscal discipline. It also broadens the coverage of the framework's public debt anchor, strengthens the role of the medium-term fiscal framework in guiding revenue and expenditure policies, and enhances the role of the Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee, FROC. An appropriately phased regularization of public sector, public sector, 1 minute, fees approach, where is it? Right. Right. An appropriately phased regularization of public sector workers, guided by the ongoing review of job functions, can help improve efficient delivery of public services alongside the broader public sector service reforms. The government is also in the process of modernizing the tax administration to facilitate online payments. The authority's parametric pension reforms, including the recent approved phase increase in the retirement age to 65, will materially help sew up the national insurance scheme's long-term sustainability. An actuarial sound and carefully coordinated reform of the public sector pension scheme remains a high priority to contain the fiscal burden on government finances. The Grenadian financial sector remains stable and liquid. Bank credit growth has increased with greater demand for construction and durable consumer goods loans. Non-performing loans in credit unions remain elevated, prompting intensifying supervisory measures to tighten lending standards and enforce corrective actions for institutions that do not meet prudential requirements. Encouraging all financial institutions to leverage the ECCU, Economic and Currency Union Regional Credit Bureau, once it becomes operational, can mitigate credit quality risks and support local lending. The mission team expresses its gratitude to the Grenadian authorities for the candid and productive discussions and for their warm hospitality. So that's the report from the IMF. But let's just look at some of the key things that they said, because I believe you need to understand what the IMF is actually saying to not just the Grenadian people and government, but regionally and internationally about Grenada. That's important. Very, very important. The Grenadian economy continues to grow robustly, supported by public and private construction and sustained strong tourism activity. The NNP doesn't like to hear that. The Grenadian financial sector remains stable and liquid. So we have money within the financial sector, the credit unions, the banks, and it's stable, right? That's important. The authorities' parametric pension reforms, including the recently approved phased increase in the retirement age to 65, will materially help sew up the national insurance scheme's long-term sustainability. So the government did the right thing. As a result, NIS will become more sustainable. An appropriately phased regularization of public sector workers, guided by the ongoing review of job functions, can help improve efficient delivery of public services alongside the broader public sector reforms. That's important. They're commending the government on implementing a phased approach to regularizing workers. So you have the first 300, those who are acting in different positions, being regularized. Then they move to those on contract, those on some letter, those who are temporary within the service, and then they move to the Imani and so on. All right? So between now and 2025, most of the workers should be regularized and have security of tenure. Great. Central government debt remains on a downward path. The NNP doesn't want to hear that. Central government debt remains on a downward path. The authorities are advancing an ambitious fiscal reform agenda. This is big. The governance, the management of the economy is in check. It's being done properly. And the IMF team is stating that loud and clear. The NNP doesn't like that. The near-term fiscal outlook has improved with recent strong revenue performance. This reflects the buoyant economic activity as well as surge in government CBI revenue. Things are working. People are seeing this country as a stable economy, a stable country to invest and to do things. And I tell you this, if you take some time and go around the country, you will see a lot of construction taking place. Our Grenadian brothers and sisters in the diaspora, they feel comfortable with this government being in power. They are coming back home and build their home, build their houses. They are coming back home and invest. Look at the amount of small businesses the government actually assisted. 500 plus small businesses. They employed people. They expanded their business. You see, the NNP's concept of employment is government employing people. But your economy should not be driven by the public sector or by government. It should be private sector driven. You should have businesses opening, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, opening and creating jobs. And you should help those small businesses that already exist. And that is what the government is doing. Come on. They're creating the environment for private sector to thrive, to make, to survive, to create employment and opportunities. The NNP always sees employment as government employing somebody. But the government doesn't have to do that. Just create the enabling environment so that the private sector can actually invest more in the economy. And that is what we're seeing. The NNP cannot deal with that. But what makes me concerned is why on earth would a person or party or organization who say they love Grenada be angry when good news is published about Grenada? Why you're angry? You should be happy. You should be jumping for joy. But no, you want bad news about Grenada because you believe once you have bad news, then you stand a chance of coming back in power. But that's not good. What you coming back in power to meet? You want to come back to meet a good country, a good economy, and everything like that? Why the NNP getting so angry, so bitter over this good news? I want people out there to answer me because I am still confuffled. I am still baffled. I am still lost. Can somebody out there call and tell me why the NNP is so angry with the good news from the International Monetary Fund? Why? Why are they angry? Why are they bitter? Call me. I would love to know if you can explain to me why the NNP is so negative about Grenada, why the NNP is so bitter about good news and good stories and good things coming for this country. Why? The number is 415-4817, 415-4817, 415-4817. I would love to hear from you. Let me know. I want to know. Because I just cannot understand. If you say you're patriotic and you love the country, you should be happy that Grenada is getting a good review, good publications on your country. Right? Right. So let me take this call. All right. So Sherry, my good friend, Sherry, I see Tevin calling there. Let's say good morning.
Good morning, Cam Jones. How are you doing?
I am good. Hey, Tevin, how you doing, my brother? The Honorable Tevin Andrews.
Listening to the most popular talk show host in the state.
Thank you.
It I had the might be the world, you know. But one of the reasons that the opposition is upset is because they never thought that we would have performed so well. The group of children, the little boys, as they consider us, are not just performing, but outperforming the expectations that many had. Even some of the expectations that we ourselves have set. The targets that we have set, we have surpassed them. And this is what it's about. This is what is hurting them. And I expect them to say and do even more things. But we must remain focused, remain steadfast, and we must continue build this nation as we move forward as one. Kim, keep up the good work that you are doing, and to our supporters and the well wishers of the National Democratic Congress and this government, continue to support your government.
Beautiful.
There's no doubt that after the first budget that we have demonstrated that we know what we're doing, and we got this country back, and we continue to put the people of this country first and foremost. Thanks, Kem.
Beautiful.
We'll be in touch.
Nice. Thank you very much, the Honorable Tevin Andrews. And well said, my brother. And I think the folks out there must know that the NNP is somewhat shocked. They're cornered because they never expected that. And I think Tevin is absolutely correct. Good morning. Good morning, Kola.
Hi, good morning. Big up to Tevin. I need to say it anymore because he said the best. But you know, when a man wants to see his people in poverty, and the next man wants to see growth in the people, they wouldn't like that. You hear, man, you see the calling poor and vulnerable. That is the anthem to keep you poor and vulnerable. So to see growth and see good thing in the country, you know, that's going to hurt them. And let me tell you something. I'm so happy based on Roland Mola that you get your diplomatic passport. You don't wait until you get a disease to come and beg NDC to give you the passport to go to make travel easy for you so that you could able to get your treatment. You remember how they treat Forrester wife? A young man like you, they regret, they're jealous you of having a diplomatic passport. But big up to NDC. NDC want to see growth. You want to see the young people move forward in this country and continue, my brother. Have a good morning, my brother.
All right. Thank you very much. And I do not have a diplomatic passport. Don't worry, the NNP, with their nonsense. I do not have a diplomatic passport. You see, I refuse to respond to them. But the mere fact that you speak about it, I do not have a diplomatic passport. I know they're running their mouth with all kind of scandal, but that's how the NNP operates generally.
If I take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island, best believe my list gon' be like 5 miles long. Best believe it's love that makes me sing this song. The cleanest breeze on the waters, friendly people meeting every.
Yes, so I do not have a diplomatic passport. In fact, I have a Grenadian passport. All right, it's a Grenadian passport. All right, that's what I have. It's amazing, but that's how they do things. Right, so I have my family 4 passports. All right, that's my family's passport. A diplomatic passport will be in a different color, right? Totally different color. I have an ordinary Grenadian passport, and nobody assisted me to get any visa to the United States. I went on my own accord. I did what I have to do like any normal citizen, and I got my visa like anybody else, right? So I do not have a diplomatic passport. So don't be bothered with them. They're jealous, they're envious, and they're scandalous. So I'm not surprised, right? I'm not surprised. They're scandalous. So this is my daughter's. This one here is my daughter's. My last daughter. This passport here is my first daughter. This passport here is, well, that's mine. It's my passport, right? It's my passport, right? And this is my lady's passport. You know, it's 4 passports. So, for me, I'm not perturbed. I'm kind of accustomed to the NNP with the scandal, the misinformation. You had this woman, you had this lady on some, some program spreading scandal, and that's how they do it, and people fall for it. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, Kim. When Diablo
You want to lower the volume of your radio. Yeah, lower the volume. It would confuse you.
Yeah, I said I got a whole lot of people coming from Jersey and Chicago for independence. And Diablo see that crowd. He know he ain't coming back there. He know he's gone, baby. He's out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right.
Thank you, man.
You're doing a good job, man.
Thanks. One love.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so for me, my programs, they have always been based on facts, and that is why I stand out among the rest. My program is about facts, so I don't go on programs or on any platform and spread false information, right? I don't do that. Sometimes you sit back and you say, but what are they talking about? You see? It's like, what really they talking about? But that is what they do. Scandal, misinformation, propaganda. I was not assisted by anybody to get a visa to go to the United States. No. Sometimes you just have to laugh, Sometimes the best thing you can do, because you sometimes wonder, well, what are really they talking about by? Huh? What really they trying to say about you? But that's how they function. So again, that's not surprising. All right? But don't be caught up with the lies and misinformation. All right? Nice. So I provided that to you. And they would still go on the platform and say that I have a diplomatic passport. Yeah, they will still go on a platform and see that. That is the sad part. That's what's sad about all of this. All right? So that was Roland Bola. Who is this person? I think it was Roland Bola. He went on some platform and he said something. Roland Bola.
Yeah, one of them boy on the radio, you running him out every day. NNB must go, NNB must go. We follow him. We go. I hear he had diplomatic passport. Yes, he going in America. Some of us do have passport, Huh? The man is a celebrity, $40 to come to see him. Anyway, we're here to talk about suffering.
Yes. And then you sit back and say, but how can I trust what these people are saying? Good morning, caller.
Morning, Keman. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Well, yesterday the news that I get from the IMF, NNP dead, and they're going to bury in 2027.
All right.
Dead.
Thank you. Right, yeah, so that's Roland Bola there. How can you trust? I just played some stuff earlier of Roland Bola speaking, saying some things about the IMF, and they're not pleased with the, what's to the effect that they're not in full agreement with what the IMF had to say. But I just played Roland Bola there, right? So how can you trust these people, with information that comes from their mouth? Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. Don't forget, don't let them worry.
You want to lower the volume of your radio. Lower the volume of your radio. All right? Cut it off completely because it's disturbing us. All right, go ahead now. Go ahead now. Hello? All right, no problem. You have to cut it off completely because it will disturb you and it will disturb me. All right? So... Yeah, that's Roland Bola.
Yeah, one of them boy on the radio, you running him out every day. NNB must go, NNB must go. We follow him. We go. I hear he had diplomatic passport. Yes, he going in America. Some of us do have passport, Huh? The man is a celebrity, $40 to come to see him. Anyway.
Yeah, so jealousy and the envious and what are you? Stop all the stupidness, And that's how the NNP, they've always operated. Like crabs in a barrel. They want you to remain dumb and poor. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Jones.
Hey.
I heard Mr. Sheldon Scott running out and said how the IMF is that is nonsense because they console the business people.
All right. I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I don't listen to his program.
He said that it's only the government that consult, so that is nonsense. He get angry last night, you know. Sheldon Scott running out of fucking nonsense last night, you know.
All right. I didn't listen to his program, so I cannot confirm what you're saying. I don't listen to their programs, you know. Yeah. But I'm only saying that to say to you, how can you trust what they publish and what they say when something as simple as Kem Jones having a normal or ordinary Grenadian passport, he and his family, 4 of us live here, right? Normal, ordinary Grenadian passport. And they would just concoct stories and lies about that, something as simple as that. I mean, come on, you know. Sometimes you have to laugh because they lose credibility every single time they open their mouth. All right? I was not aided or assisted by anybody. When I went to the US Embassy, they asked me questions like everybody and anybody right there in the open, like they do with everybody. I answered the questions correctly and honestly, and they already evaluated what I do here in Grenada, and they granted me the visa like anybody else. 10 years, that's what it is. That's what they do. All right? So it's not that I got any favor or any assistance. In fact, and you know, sometimes you have to let these people know. In fact, when I got this whole visa, I went with all that I supposed to go with, and still for all, they were not interested in that. They were not interested in letter or interested in anything whatsoever. Business this or bank statement. They're not interested in that. Utter rubbish, right? So, you know, I'm a diplomat in my own way, right? I'm loved by the people here in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, and I'm loved by the people in the diaspora. I sat only recently and I said, you know, I haven't purchased a piece of clothes yet for my children. You know, when people come, they say, I'm coming to Grenada. What can I bring for your children? What can I bring for you? What can I bring for your family? Just love, right? I was in St. George's yesterday, and a good friend, she came and she hugged me, she embraced me. I felt good, right? A young lady, she knows she might be on the live. Man, I felt so welcome, so loved. She embraced me and she held me tight, right? She said, stay there, wait there, don't move. And she gave me 200 US, right? It's right here, 200 US. I'm saying all that for them NNP and them because they're there, you know, they're listening. She gave me 200 US. Look at it here, 200 US. Look at it here. She said, hold that. She said, I love you with all my heart. She said, keep doing what you're doing, Kem Jones. Yeah, just like that. She grabbed me tight. She said, I love you with all my heart. Keep doing what you're doing, Kem Jones. A young lady, she's about what? I'm older than her by a mile. She might be about 30, let's say 33, maybe 33, 32, 33, right? Yeah. And you know, folks from overseas, they say, Kem Jones, I just sent some barrel for you, go and collect it. You know, many times I get the barrel stuff, I would share it and so on. A good friend only recently, she said, Kem Jones, I ain't like to see you in that with that wooden chair here. And I like the style. She said, I'll send you a chair. Go down to what you call that place down there? Amerijet or some jet, something down there. Go down there and collect it. I ain't go yet, but it's down there. You understand the point? And if I need something, I just say I need something. And within no time. So the love, the people, I'm an ambassador in my own right. I am the people's ambassador, right? I'm the people's spokesman. I am the people's diplomat. That's me. That's Kem Jones. In fact, I am way more popular, liked, and loved than a lot of politicians in this country. I am way more known and established than a lot of politicians in this country. You hear me? So, the NNP, what are you fighting? They stop it. Or you can't win that, right? You can't. And you know me, I'm always ready to go in the mud and deal with the pigs. So while I'm a statesman, Kem Jones nice, and you know, I'm always willing and ready to go in the mud and deal with the pigs in the mud. Yes, if right now, if I need $10,000 right now, I can call about 15 people and get that $10,000. And they know I would not come to them and ask if I don't need it. So that's the love that exists. And I don't bad beg, right? And I don't take advantage of people. I don't do that. I am not a dishonest type of person. That's not Kem Jones, right? So let them deal with that. But folks, I am simply saying we have to remain focused, as my good friend, the Honorable Tevin Andrew said there. We have a lot to accomplish together. Remember, I will be in New York on the 2nd of December. On the 2nd of December, I will be in New York. So you can look forward to seeing me there. It will be wonderful. In fact, the tickets are almost sold out.
Attention, Grenadians in the diaspora. Get ready for an electrifying evening with the one and only Kem Jones, the dynamic talk show host and political activist. On Saturday, December 2nd, Kem Jones will be in Brooklyn, taking the stage at the prestigious Nutmeg House on 1215 Flatbush Avenue. Brace yourself for an evening filled with straight talk, thought-provoking discussions, and a dash of Grenadian spice. Kem Jones is known for his no-nonsense approach and his unwavering dedication to the Grenadian community. This is your chance to hear his powerful voice firsthand. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to engage with a true Grenadian talk show icon. Tickets are available now for a donation of $40. Secure your spot today and be part of an unforgettable evening that will leave you inspired and empowered.
Yes, so it's at the Nutmeg House, 1215 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And, proceeds from this event is really towards a good cause. It's not coming to me or to somebody to enrich them or anything of that sort. So a good cause. So again, I want to encourage you, buy the tickets. You can go on my site, you can go on my Facebook page, and you would see all the stuff there. All right, so it's easy to locate. Just go on Facebook, Kem Jones, and you would see all the stuff there. Just click, and you can buy the ticket online, or you can call the numbers that are available on the flyer. Call them and organize your ticket. So many people are looking forward to seeing me in Brooklyn on the 2nd. I'm coming to Brooklyn on the 2nd of December, the same day of the event, right? And I'm leaving the next day back to Grenada. So it's just for that period. So I'm coming on the 2nd and I'm leaving on the 3rd. That's a Sunday, coming back to Grenada. And then when I come to Grenada, I come, so Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I leave Grenada again on Tuesday, and I return on Thursday to another diaspora engagement. All right? So, quite a bit is happening. Don't forget my event on the 9th. On the 9th of February at Radisson Hotel Crown Ballroom. It starts at 7, finishes at 12 midnight. It will be really, really wonderful. You have to be there. You can't miss it. All the Hollywood tickets that gone, the 400 that gone, then the 50 tickets for $300 that gone. It's fini, gasoil. And then we are into the $350 tickets. That 50. And remember, it's only 50. But now we are not at 50 because we are at it's somewhere in the 20s. It is 17, 18, 19, or 20, 21, somewhere around there. That's as much as we have, somewhere around there, right? Because we had something kind of tied up. Somebody had called overseas for a certain amount of tickets, and then they spoke to somebody here locally who also asked for the tickets, but not on their behalf. So then we discovered that two of them asked for the same thing. So then the number kind of go back up. But we were actually down in the teens, right, with the 350 tickets. So very soon, you will hear me announce that there are no more tickets. Very, very soon. So far, so good. So if you still need a ticket to come to the event, it's $350. You can, 350 EC money. All right? It's EC. It's not US, right? To come to that event here at Radisson Crown Ballroom. We just have a couple tickets again left. So I urge you, if you have not yet gotten yours, please do so. All right. Remember, it's a full day of events or activities. You come here at my place from 10 to 5 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Oil dung, free, right? 10 pots of oil dung or so, some soup and so on, and a solid bar. So you're going to drink, socialize, a couple of cocktail tables, a couple of tents. We have a nice time here on the lawn, right? My place here. And then at 7, we go on to Radisson. All right, that's important, very very important. Radisson Crown Ballroom. We would have about 80% of the people who are attending my event. They're coming from the diaspora. They're coming from the United Kingdom. They're coming from Canada. They're coming from the United States. They're coming from Caribbean islands. All right. So 80%. So out of that 500 people, you have a good, 400 and some coming from the diaspora. So you're looking at, for every 100, you have a good 80 coming from the diaspora. So just think about it for a moment. All right, it's a good amount of people from the diaspora. I want to encourage you to be a part of that if you have not yet gotten a ticket. All right, nice. So let's see how it goes. All right. So PT, the NNP folks, they're not attacking that one because it's already almost sold out. They're attacking the one in New York. I mean, it's not anything for personal gain, and I'm not going there to, I'm just the guest, right? Making a guest appearance because it's for a good cause. You see, that's what it is. So they're attacking that. Anything for a good cause, they're attacking. So attack, and that ticket is going very fast, right? The donation of $40 to get in, it's going really fast too. So let them continue. Let's see how they would fare and where they would get with that. Don't forget press conference today, or beloved Prime Minister and also the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Joseph Andel, the Honorable Joseph Andel. He would be, both of them, they would be at that press conference from 1 p.m. today. So take good care, folks. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.